so noisy. Ladies and gents, welcome back to my channel, and today I've got for you another bike test ride. And today I'll be testing the bike I do consider as potential new bike for me. So stick around and I'm gonna test it for you and I will tell you what I think about it. So today I've got for you Suzuki GSX S1000GX. Wow, that's a mouthful. Why is it just called Suzuki Versys or something like that? As you can see, it's blue and it has my Kawasaki top case because it has a plate and it fits. So why not? I need it for my video gear because I'm recording this review for you. So I need it. Kawasaki, Suzuki, green, blue. Suzuki GSX S1000GX is equipped with 4-cylinder 1000cc engine, to be exact 999cc. This bike has 106 Nm torque and stunning 152 horsepower. It has as well 6-gear gearbox with a quick shifter and many more things. This bike actually has so many things that I will need to help myself with my phone and read you all the specification. So, fuel tank 19 liters, so 2 liters less than a Versys. Fuel consumption of this bike 6.2 liters for 100 kilometers, which is about 0.8 liter more than a Versys. Weight of the bike 232 kilograms, which is about 30 kilograms less than a Versys. So it's a lighter bike. The bike comes with immobilizer system, ABS, low RPM assist, Suzuki Easy Start system, electronic throttle control, slope dependent control system, adjustable screen, at least that's what Kawasaki says. But that's not totally true. The screen is adjustable, but you cannot adjust on the go. Screen have 3 positions, but to adjust the screen you need tools and it's not very easy to adjust. I did adjust the screen when I was in the garage, but it took me about 10 minutes. It's quite complicated. It has a quick shift system, so the quick shifter, TFT dashboard, motion track brake system, power mode selector 3 settings, SDMSA 6 settings, Suzuki MySpin on TFT. But that's not the end, there is more. Smart cruise control, automatic rear suspension 4 settings, smart TLR control 7 settings plus off. Active damping control ADC 4 settings. Suzuki Advanced Electronic Suspension. Suzuki Road Adaptive Stabilization. Suzuki Floating Ride Control. Suzuki Deceleration Damping Control. And Suzuki Velocity Dependent Control. That's a lot. This is of course the test bike. And it has about 16,000 kilometers on the clock, and you can see that it was used or even abused. It's enough that you look on the rear tire. It has pretty good seat, pretty wide. It's quite hard and firm, but it is really comfortable. Seat is made with 2 parts, so part for the rider and part for the pillion. And the seat for the pillion is much smaller. I didn't test that because I don't ride as a pillion and I never ride with a pillion, so I don't really have a reason to test it. But let's do it for the purpose of this video. Well, it's small and it's firm. My butt hangs on the sides, so I don't think this is comfortable for the pillion. As you can see, the bike is on a side stand, and the reason for that is this bike doesn't have a center stand. The GX has 3 ride modes, so A, B and C. And C is basically rain mode, B is road mode and A is a sport mode. The GX have 8 traction control settings and we have off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Is it really needed so much? I don't know, but I'm gonna test it. Because GX has electronic suspension, we have as well suspension settings, and we have 4 settings for this. So H, I believe it's hard, M it's medium, S is soft, and there we have a U, which I have no idea what that means. And when I do that, I can hear a sound here. We can as well set the height of the bike. So for single rider with luggage, and the rider with pillion. So 3 settings. Suzuki GX have double floating brake discs, 310 millimeters each, with a radial Brembo caliper with 4 pistons. So it should be good, but of course I will test it. Rear brake is a single brake disc, 240 millimeters, and the Nissin single piston brake caliper. GS is equipped with Dunlop Road Sport 2 tires, 120 on the front and 190 on the rear, which are a bit bigger than on the Versys, because on the Versys we have 180. There's very nice exhaust 4 pipes and the radiator, which is curved, so that definitely helps with cooling the engine. The Suzuki GX is built on aluminium frame, so it's a bit different than the Versys, but the rear part of the frame is steel or aluminium, I'm not sure. Tubes, typical black silver engine. This bike is equipped with crossbars, which somebody already tried on. We have pretty small exhaust, which sounds pretty nice. It sounds very sporty, and of course somebody tried it as well, so it is a bit scratched. Of course Suzuki GX is driven with chain. Let's talk about the build quality. All the plastics stay pretty nice, they look in good quality. The frame is nicely painted, everything here is nicely painted black. All those plastic fits nicely and doesn't squeak. It's just pretty good quality built bike. The only issue that I see are these handguards. They made from plastic and they very wobbly. And same story with the other one. That's just not good. And already scratched. Suzuki GX is equipped with 100% LED, so we have this two small LED lights on the front. We have LED blinkers, and of course in the rear we have LED lights and LED blinkers. As I mentioned earlier, unfortunately GX doesn't have center stand. You can order Suzuki GX in 4 skin tones, so black with silver, this blue with silver, or black with grey panels, or red with grey panels. Position on Suzuki GX. I'm sitting pretty much upright, but because the handlebars are quite low, I'm forced to lean a little bit forward, which can be problematic on very long trips. But of course I haven't done any long trips, so I don't know. Leg position is quite comfortable. Legs are pretty much 90 degrees, which feels good. The only issue that I have are the foot pegs, because when I stop, the foot pegs are directly in my legs, so I have to do that or that. And because the height of the seat is 84.5 centimeters, which is 1.5 centimeter higher than Versys, and I'm tippy-toes on this bike, that makes a problem, because if I have to put my leg more forward, I'm even more tippy-toes. And if I want to put my feet behind the foot peg, that's even worse, because I don't have good stability. Another problem is the side stand. To open the side stand, I need to put my back well behind to open the side stand. On the Versys there is here small bracket in the middle, which is very useful because I can retract the side stand with my heel. It is doable here, but not very handy. Suzuki GS weighs 232 kilograms, which is 30 kilograms lighter than the Versys. But let's see how easy it is to maneuver this bike on the parking. Well, it's not the easiest bike to maneuver, especially that the turn circle on this bike is pretty big. So as you can see, handlebars are already maxed out and I don't really have a big turn circle. So it is not the easiest bike to maneuver. Okay guys, enough talking. Let's do some proper test ride. Let's see how this bike performs, how the engine performs, how it handles, and let's see if that's the bike for me. So as usual, on the beginning I will talk about comfort of this bike, of the Suzuki GSX S1000GX. So I will start with the seat. Seat is quite hard, pretty firm, but it's very wide. So all my bottom is properly supported and it feels very comfortable actually. We'll see later when I ride this bike for some time, we'll see how it feels then. Position on the bike, well, my butt is quite high and the handlebars are quite low, so I'm leaning forward. I'm supporting my upper body with my arms, with my hands, but it is quite comfortable position actually. I'm not feeling like on a sport bike. My back is quite relaxed. It feels pretty good. I don't have any pain in my hands like I had, for example, with the Triumph Tiger. The bike feels pretty good, I must say. Unfortunately, this screen doesn't do anything. This Suzuki have quite powerful engine. It's a 152 horsepower 4-cylinder, so I'll be testing in a moment how it feels to ride so powerful bike. The foot pegs are in the wrong place, are exactly where my legs are, so I'm hitting the foot pegs. I need to put my legs forward, which is not comfortable because this bike is quite tall. The Kawasaki Versys seat height is 83 centimeters. This is 84.5, so it's 1.5 centimeter higher. It doesn't feel that high. I'm tippy-toes exactly the same as I'm tippy-toes on my Versys, but the foot pegs doesn't make easier for me. Let's see how it feels in the corner. It feels pretty good. And a lot of wind. I hope you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. There is definitely power in this engine, and right now I'm on a B mode, which is kind of a road mode on the Versys. I have no problems finding neutral. This bike has quick shifter, so we'll see in a moment how it works. I just hope that the weather won't do stupid things today and it won't rain, because I really would like to test this bike on a dry. The bike leans very nicely, very stable in the corner, and a lot of wind. I'm on a highway now, and as you can hear, the wind noise is terrible. This screen doesn't do anything. Oh, it's a disaster. Even if I lean forward, it doesn't really help. The bike behaves very nice on the road. There are a bit of vibration on the bike, but not much. I can definitely live with it. What I cannot live with is this bloody screen. It's really annoying. Oh, quick shifter is rather nice. Even switching from second to the first goes very smoothly. Okay, I'm on a B mode. Let's test the acceleration. Holy shit. This bike definitely has a lot of power, and I'm on a B mode. Let's see if I can switch mode while riding. Yeah, I can do that. Right now I'm on A mode, which is basically sport mode. Let's see how it goes. Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. This is a rocket, ladies and gents. It is going like crazy. Oh, holy moly. Holy moly. This is very powerful bike. I can't even compare this to Versys. Anyways, guys, wow, this is incredible. I really need to hold on the handlebars because it is so powerful. Okay, let's switch to C mode, which is basically rain mode. And on the rain mode, there is much less power, but still it goes like crazy. I will compare the C mode, so the rain mode is as much powerful as Versys on a road mode. 5th gear. Wow, this is really powerful bike. It's really fun to ride this. Okay, let's go back to B mode. Can I change with the open throttle? No, I have to close the throttle, then I can change it. Holy fuck, this is really going. And the quick shifter is perfect. So engine is pretty smooth, quick shifter working perfect, clutch lever is very soft, I don't have to press very hard. So it is enjoyable to ride using quick shifter or without quick shifter. As you can hear, the engine works very nicely. Pretty smooth, and it sounds very sporty. And of course the power. There is a lot of power in this engine. If I remember correctly, it has 106 Newton meters. Holy moly, it really goes. And it behaves very nicely in the corners, very smooth. I just barely push the handlebars and the bike leans, no problem at all. So the bike behaves very nicely in fast corners. Let's see how flickable it is. Well, it's pretty flickable. No problem. Maybe not as much as Versys, but pretty good. And definitely much better than the Honda NT 1100. Yeah, no problem in the corner. Very smoothly. It behaves very gently, if I could say. Even with the faster speeds, no problem to flick the bike from side to side. Very nice. Okay, let's try the brakes. The rear brake. Oh, pretty good. Rear brake is better than in a Versys. Yeah, the ABS kicks in. Let's try the front with the low speed first. Oh, now. That doesn't feel good. Oh no. The brakes are not good here. Which is very weird because we have a radial Brembo here. No. The front brake is a problem. The weird thing is, when I press the brake pretty hard, there is a delay. There's nothing happened for about half a second. And then the brakes start engaging. But that's not... Yeah, it's not good. So, basically what I feel, when I press the brake, half a second nothing is happening, then the brake starts engaging, but it's not very hard braking. And immediately I get the ABS. And when the bike slows down a little bit, then the brakes are getting a bit better. So in a slow speed, the brakes are pretty good. But on a high speed, that's not good. And with the bike with so much power, the brakes should be really tip-top, and they're not. And they smell terrible right now. I can feel the burn brake pads, which is not good. Yeah, the brakes smell pretty bad. So I cannot imagine how they could make such a powerful bike and such a shit brakes. Because there is crazy amount of power. Holy moly. That's crazy. Yeah, I already have ABS, but braking is not happening. What is that? The turning circle. That's all what I can do here. I can turn with my Versys much better. For traveling, when you have a heavy bike and small road and you need to turn quickly, it's not gonna happen with this bike. This is max what I can do, and I'm really trying not to drop the bike. Yeah, that's another issue. Let's test the cruise control, and I already noticed a problem with it, because this on switch is on this side, the set switch is here. So I have to let go the throttle to switch the cruise control, or I have to do it with the other hand. That's not handy. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it is working. And to disengage, I just need to turn the throttle the other side, and it is disengaged. It's working more or less the same as on the Versys, but on the Versys I have all the switches by my left hand, which is very handy. This solution, I don't think that's handy. If I want to keep the throttle open and switch the cruise control, then I'm accelerating, so I really need to let go the accelerator to switch on or off. Oh, the quick shifter is perfect. It's enough that I just touch the gear lever and it's changing instantly and without any jumping or anything like that. 3, 4, 5, 6, no problem. Down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and even if I do it first gear now, no problem. So I come back for a while to sit. I'm riding now on the bike for about 3 hours and I'm positively surprised, I must say, because I was expecting that my butt will be very painful until now, but it is not. I'm still quite comfortable. It is time for some conclusions. And oh boy, it's gonna be the tough one. Because I really like this bike, but this bike has issues. I like the look of this bike. It's very well designed. It looks nice, it looks sporty, it looks a bit aggressive. It doesn't really look like a touring bike. It looks like a crossover bike. It looks like a sport bike. But I really like that. I even like this blue color. It has a very, very good engine and very powerful engine. But do I really need so much power for touring? The gearbox and the quick shifter, it is working perfectly, flawlessly. I really love it. I would love to have this quick shifter on my Versys. I actually think that this quick shifter is even better than the new quick shifter in the new Versys 1100. I like how this bike behaves on the road. It's very smooth ride. It goes very nicely into the corners. The suspension is working perfectly. It's very, very smooth ride. There's nothing about that I don't like. It's just perfect. But of course, I'm looking for a touring bike. So I expect from the bike that it will perform very well on the long rides, that will be comfortable, that will be easy to maneuver. I just need the bike that feels good and ride good, so I can travel long distances. I do like this very small exhaust. It sounds very good. The engine sounds as well good. It's typical Suzuki sound. It's very sporty sound. You will not find that on touring bikes. What I don't like in the Suzuki GX, well, all those buttons are theoretically very well designed, in a good position, except for a cruise control button, which is here. It's just not handy. And then the settings are here. It is always easier to switch cruise control with the left hand than with the right hand. And now we have it both sides, so you need to let go accelerator to switch on the cruise control or use the left hand, which is not very safe when you're riding. The mirrors in the Suzuki GX are pretty big and they should work perfectly, but the problem is these brackets are very short. So again, the same story as Honda NT. Half of the mirror is covered with my elbow. I like the TFT display. It's easy to read. All the functions are very simple. So changing the settings, it's really easy. But what I don't like the most in this bike are the brakes. These are 4 pistons Brembo brakes. They should perform flawlessly, but they don't. Then very sloppy, there is a delay in the braking, and after a few hard brakes they just smell like they're burning. That shouldn't happen. I think that the rear brakes, 1 piston Nielsen caliper, perform better than the Brembo front brakes. Of course, braking power is much bigger in the front, of course, that's not the discussion, but they're just not performing as they should. And they Brembo, and you have very powerful bike with 152 horsepower, where you can accelerate very quickly. You should stop quickly as well. It's not the case here. Basic Suzuki GX cost 18,500 euros. So it's more or less the same as new versus 1100. But Suzuki has a little bit more things, more electronic toys you can use or you can play with. Is it really needed in a touring bike? So would I change my Versys for this? Well, as I mentioned, it's a tough one. It's a good bike and I like this bike. But the bike has issues. Of course, there are no perfect motorcycles. Every motorcycle has its issues. But question is, can you accept it? So would this be my new touring bike? Well, I have to think about it. The day is almost over. I need to return this bike to the dealer. I hope this video will give you the answer for all your questions. I hope I didn't forget to mention anything. And it's time to end it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you like my channel, you can support me by clicking super thanks button underneath the screen, or you can buy me a coffee, and all the information about that are in the description of this video. So again, thanks for watching, and of course, see you in the next one. Let's enjoy some more riding.